here for over an hour to go over his CV. So I will just give a short recap. He is the manager of the company Visit Hearing, where he has 3 different companies under him where he actually gives leadership. He gives leadership in different ways. Throughout his life, Lars has actually been to over 100 countries where he worked with leaders in different organizations, leaders in the community. But most importantly, Lars was actually the JCI president of 2006, where he had to lead over 200,000 members worldwide. So that is quite an achievement. Since 2007, Lars is also the head trainer of the Japan Academy, which is held every year in Japan for 14 days. So I do not think that there's anyone better than Lars to talk to us this evening about leadership. About leadership, leadership, and leadership. Without further ado, I would like to have a big round of applause for Lars Hajslund.
It's all about a dream. It's all about a dream. Yesterday was the 50th anniversary of a speech about a dream. And I'm not going to convey that speech tonight. But I am going to convey the message that leadership is about having a dream. A dream of a better future, a dream of a better life, a dream of a better community, a dream of a better family. A dream of being a better boy, a dream of being a better girl, a dream of being a better father, a dream of being a better mother. It is all about a dream. This year, 100 years ago, a young man in St. Louis had a dream. He was part of a group of young men at that time who lived in St. Louis, which was a metropolitan area at that time, the gateway to the West, but a place that also saw a lot of challenges. Saw a lot of challenges of growing the city, saw the challenges of the economy, saw the challenges of the Great War at that time. At that time, a young man called Henry Giesenbeer had a dream. He thought that if I could put young men and over time young women together, making them work together on becoming better boys, better girls, better citizens, I could change the world. That was his dream. At that time, it was a dream that was difficult to convey. It was a dream that people say, well, you're only a few people. Henry Giesenbeer was a young man who worked at a bank. He was successful at some times, but he also lived during the 20s. And his life was not long. He ended his life too early after the big crisis in 1929. And many people, if you look at his life just as that, you could say that his life could be a failure. But he had a dream, as I said, a dream of creating an organization that since then has provided development opportunities for 75% of the American presidents, of great leaders of countries all around the world, prime ministers from my country, great business leaders, and people who have changed their community citizen by citizen. It is all about a dream. I'm not going to talk about leadership in a big fashionable way. I'm going to talk about your leadership. I'm going to ask you some questions tonight on how you are going to be a leader in your community, a leader in your family, a leader in your business, or at least a leader in your life. But it all starts with a dream. Dreaming is great, and we can have a lot of dreams, but if we don't do anything, nothing will really happen. I think leadership is first creating a vision. And when you create a vision, you can empower people to go somewhere. You can release the energy of a group. And I know that when I look at you late at night, 8:30 on a Tuesday night in Curacao, energy needs to be released, isn't that true? But when you release energy, and when you make sure that that has some kind of direction, magical things can happen. I'd like you to work with me just for a short while. I'd like you to raise your right hand. And I'd like you to close your eyes. I'd like you to close your eyes. That means if you can see me, you're not doing it right. Okay, and when I say 3, 2, 1, I would like you to point towards north. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, point to north. Hold your hand, hold your hand, hold your hand, hold your hand, and open your eyes and look around you. Some is pointing that way, some is pointing that way, some is pointing that way, some is pointing that way. You know, that is what's happening when leadership does not occur. We might have a dream of saying, I want to go somewhere. I want to make a difference. I really have a great thing that I want to do with my business or with my company or with my family. But if your people is standing as you are doing right now, pointing in every direction, nothing really happens. I believe that leadership is first about creating the dream so that you can release the energy of the people that you surround yourself with. But then it is also leading that energy in the right direction, making sure that people know where to go. That a leader is someone who points towards north and say, come on guys, this is where we need to go. Where do you point in your life? And who are the persons that you need to bring towards the right direction? Who are the ones that you want to influence? Who are the ones that you dare to influence? A leader is someone that, well, we just heard about Nelson Mandela. We've had great leaders in this country. We have great leaders on the first row. We have great leaders here, all around us. But leadership might not be that difficult. Leadership might be about something else. One of the great leaders in my life was a person when I was 17 who believed in me in a moment where I did not believe in myself. I think that is one of the greatest traits of a leader, is someone who believes in you in a moment where you do not. Remember back in your life of the person who really influenced you. I will guarantee that each and every one of you have a person who believed in you in some moment where you did not believe in yourself. My grandmother was my first leader. She always believed in me. Always. Also when I was a bad boy. She led me to be a better boy. I know that some of you have fathers, mothers, siblings, a boss, or a colleague who led you to believe in yourself when you did not believe in you. So leadership is about creating a vision. It's about knowing where you want to go, having your view of a future, of a better future. And it is leading people in the right way. But many of you will have questions like saying, I don't know if I have the time. I don't know if I can do this. I'm too busy. Or I don't have the capability. Or I'm not a great speaker. I'm not a person who really can do a lot of things. I had some paper here. Is it? Yes, it's here. And life can be difficult. And especially when you're a leader, it can be difficult. But it is a matter of choice. And I would like to have, do we have a strong person in the audience? Who's the strongest one? Raise your hand if you're the strongest person in the room. Strongest person. I really like you, but you are honestly not the most powerful one. I really like you. Elton, join me. Join me up here. Elton, I hear I have a piece of paper, and this is actually the speech of National President Maharo. And what I would like you to do is destroy it with me. Can you destroy it with me?
Okay.
Okay, which one is your strongest arm?
I'm right-handed.
You're right-handed, so this is the strongest one. Your muscles?
Yes.
Okay. What I would like you to do is, I'm going to hold this piece of paper, and what I would like you to do is just raise your right hand like this, and I would like you to lean towards my paper, okay? Towards the speech of Maharo. Lean into it, okay? Ready? Don't hit me. Just lean into it with all your weight and all your power. Come on, you go through it. Come on, come on. You go through it. Come on. Sure it's your strongest arm? I see a lot of young leaders who really wants to achieve something, who have a dream, who have even followers, but they don't know what to do. I'm not done with you yet, so you better come up here again, Elton. Because I would like you to hold the last page of the speech, and I would like you to hold it firmly. Are you ready to hold it firmly? So really hold it firmly. You know, I think one of the greatest things that you need to do if you really want to achieve success as a leader, you need to prioritize yourself in a good way. You need to make sure that when you have a vision that you don't have 10 or 15 or 20. Because when you have that, when you really want to do everything, you push and you push and you push and you push and you never achieve. And if you really want to achieve as a leader, you need to focus your energy. You need to make sure that when you point, you do not point in east and west and north and south at the same time, but that you point in one direction, and you need to make sure that you go for one goal that you can really achieve with your team. And when you do that, it's pretty simple. You hold it firm. Are you ready? I'm sure you're ready. Okay, 1, 2, 3. We go like this. And it's very, very, very easy. So leadership is not about being strong. Leadership is about having a good dream, sharing it with others, making sure that they point in the same direction, that they lead your energy in the right direction, and that they focus and you focus your energy on what matters really most. And when you do that, you need to be able to cooperate with others. And what I would like you to do is, I would like all of you to stand up. Can you do that? And I would like you to find a partner next to you. And I need you again, Elton. I'm sorry. You're going to be really busy tonight. You're going to be really, really busy. And what I would like you to do is to take your right arms. I'd like you to put them out like this. Okay? Put feet together like this. And what I would like you to do... And what I would like you to do is do some arm wrestling with your partner, okay? But some of you might not feel that this is fair. Or what I would like you to do, I'll give you 1 minute. And I really want you to win as much as you can with your partner. Are you ready? So what you need to do is make sure that we really get into it. Are you ready? Are you ready to win? Do you want to win? Are you strong? Come on, let's go for it. Come on. Come on, yeah.
He wants to cheat.
Okay. Okay, how many had 100 wins? 100 wins. How many have had less than 100 wins? One of the greatest things that we learn, and I know that this is special, even though we are far from my country, I think Curacao has the same mentality as Denmark. We really like to win, isn't that true? And especially when we work with other people, when we really want to make sure that we win as much as we can. Yeah, what we do is, he thinks that he has to win, and I think that I have to win. And for him to win, I have to lose. But that wasn't the point. The point was that we needed to win. So if you really want to win, are you ready? If you really want to win, we just go like this. We can win a lot, we can win a lot. But it demands that you, as a leader, create the right mentality with the people that you surround yourself with. And when you do that, you can and you win a lot. There are many ways that we can work as leaders. There are many ways that we can progress. You can sit down, you can stand up. It's a free country, and since all of you are leaders, you can do whatever you prefer to do. But I strongly believe that when we as leaders try to achieve something, when we dare to do that, we need to focus on what really matters to us, what really matters to the communities that we surround ourselves with. That we really make sure that we have our eyes open to make sure that we do what is needed in our business, that we do what is needed in our community, that we do what is needed in our families. I talked earlier today about leadership starting early. Leadership is not something you do after your MBA or after your first position or when you get your first star. Leadership is something you already do as a kid. And I think that there's a strong need in our communities for great leaders. And great leaders, as I said, starts early. We have challenges with our kids. I know in my country it's a challenge. I know that in Curacao it's a challenge. That we do not help our kids become the leaders that they need to be. Some of you will say, well, my kids does not necessarily need to be leaders. Well, my answer to that is, of course they do. At least they need to lead their own lives. Because if they don't lead their lives, someone else will lead their lives for them, and that's not fun. So if you want a good life, you need to lead, and you need to be a proactive person, and you need to take responsibility. I think we have some huge challenges, especially with boys. I know that this is also a country where men are the primary race within leadership, and I think that's how it is in the rest of the world. The problem is that we have too many boys who are leading instead of too many men who are leading. We have too many adult boys who have not turned into men, and it's a challenge. And I know that the women are applauding, and I know that you love me now, and I know that you guys will hate me for the rest of your lives, but that's just how it is. Because it is a journey that starts early. It is so that it seems to be that ladies can find a way from going from being a girl to being a woman. It kind of comes natural, or at least the women can teach it to themselves. The problem is that we men have kind of left the business of raising our kids, and ladies are great, but one thing they cannot do is teach a boy how to be a man. That needs a man, and that maybe needs more men. So I think for those of you who are fathers, or those of you who wants to be fathers, or those of you who are grandparents, it's a time to step up, to teach our boys how to become men. Because apparently, boys cannot do this by themselves. They have to be taught. They have to be shown how to be men. You all know the boys who are adults now, who haven't turned into men. Adult boys, they love power. They love to suppress women. They love money. They love the game of leadership. Not necessarily the positive change of leadership, but they love the game and they love the power. Real men don't need that, because real men knows that they have a responsibility. All to themselves, to their businesses, to their families. They do it for the right reasons. But boys need to be taught how to be a man. And I think that's one of the first leadership challenges that we can take upon ourselves. To make sure that we create leaders at an early age. That we make sure that we are good examples for the kids that are around us. That we are good examples for our sisters, our brothers, our nieces, our nephews, our sons, our daughters, and our grandchildren. That we make sure that we stand out as leaders who dare to take responsibility and really do the right things. I need a couple of volunteers. Can I have a couple of volunteers? Just raise your arm very quickly. There was one there. Yes, one. And I have another one here. Yes, can you join me up here? Can I have you standing up here? Over here? Yeah. Facing that way. And then we'll have the wonderful gentleman looking here, looking at you, standing here. What I would like you to do is imagine that this is your life. Your life when this is when you're born, and this is when you're going to die. Sorry. It's nothing personal, okay? It's nothing personal. How long is a life like that in Curaçao? 80? 75, 80, let's be optimistic today. So let's say 80. Okay, this is 80 years. This is 80 years. How old are we here on average when you look around here? How old are we on average?
40.
40? Well, that's very easy. So this is 80 and this is 40. So can you please come here? You can come here, yeah. So this is already, okay, this is 40. So we already lived that part, so we'll just forget about that. How much do you sleep on average every night? 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, 5 hours. 7? 7 is probably okay. So this is 24, this is 12, this is 12, this is 6, this is 7. Can you come here? This is what we sleep every night. Okay, how much time do you spend on the logistic of life? Meaning,